Savior, and this is my perspective. So today we are talking about trying to cancel Tina Knowles for the new miniseries Profile, okay, the black man. And what this is supposed to be about is a mini series where the myths that have been surrounding black men in general are debunked through anecdotal and statistical truth and fact. And now you got a bunch of hyenas, a bunch of self-hating, black man hating hyenas, miserable hyenas that call themselves have a petition out to get the show canceled. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to share my screen. Go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to read this article. I'm also going to see if I may not show the trailer because I might not be able to get away with that in terms of copyright. But I'll try to put the link in the description box so that you can go to that site and look at the trailer yourself because it was actually a really good trailer. But let me go ahead and share my screen really quickly, and I am going to read this out first. This one is from the Griot Profile, the black man from Tina Knowles Lawson and OWN to air on Discovery Plus. Tina Knowles Lawson is behind the next big docuseries television event. Profile, the black man, coming to Discovery Plus, examines the origins of the widespread stereotypes that have permeated society and impacted the lives of black men in America for centuries. Profile, black man, created in partnership with OWN. We're not even going to discuss it. Just let it be what it is. Will premiere on Saturday, February 12th, exclusively on Discovery Plus. New episodes will premiere subsequently every Saturday through March 5th. Tristan McWiles of The Wire joins as host of the episodes and will guide the audience as each installment tackles and breaks down a different stereotype. The official synopsis per the press release reads, through a powerful mixture of historical footage, real-life testimony, and commentary from an array of renowned thought leaders, Profile, the Black Man aims to show the difficulties black men have faced both in the past and present day, while also highlighting and celebrating the triumphs and resilience of countless extraordinary men. In addition, each episode will feature commentary from notable community members such as executive producer Tina Knowles Lawson, civil rights activist DeRay Mackison, activist Tamika Mallory, hip-hop culture icon Sway Calloway, and Grammy, Emmy, and Tony Award-winning Billy Porter, and more. Knowles Lawson took to Instagram to share her excitement regarding the project, explaining that the purpose of the series is to debunk harmful myths about black men. For so long, black men have been stereotyped as dangerous, not sensitive or compassionate. She wrote to her followers, so many negatives, the list goes on and on. The purpose of this show is to debunk these myths. It was born from the creator Trail World's frustration with these myths and not enough positive content about black men. After many long conversations and discussions about this, I told him if he did not see it, to write it, and he did. And the show schedule, episode 1 is Black Men Are Dangerous, episode 2 is Black Men Are Absent Fathers, episode 3 is Black Men Devalue Black Women, episode 4, Black Men Don't Cry. It's the trailer here. I'm not going to, just because of copyright reasons, I'm not going to share the trailer, but you should check it out. It's actually a really good trailer. Despite it being on OWN and all this other sort of stuff and the gripes that we can have about it, I'm actually happy that there is a docuseries like this that even is going in the direction of trying to address the fact that black men's appearance value publicly has been bad and their image has not necessarily been in their control, especially through mainstream media. Also, let me go ahead and share the other screen here. I got a second article to read. This one is about the boycott. So, women boycott Tina Lawson Knowles' new docuseries about black men. Okay, petition launched to cancel Tina Lawson Knowles' docuseries. Now, that in and of itself says so much. You want to cancel, and there's a bunch of The OWN network produced series highlights the adversities faced by Black men in the United States and shines a spotlight on Black-owned businesses. The first episode explores the misconception about Black men being dangerous and ties this in with the story of Leon Ford, a man who, in November 2012, was shot by Pittsburgh police during a traffic stop. The episode also highlights the Black Bread Company, a sliced bread business founded by, Charles Alexander, Mark Edmond, and Jamel Lewis at the height of the unrest following the unjust death of George Floyd. With the aim of the docuseries, executive produced by Lawson Knowles, seeks to disarm racial stereotypes placed against Black men, a feminist only known by her username on change.org, Lexis Exodus, has launched a petition calling for Discovery to remove the title from its catalog. One moment. My apologies. She writes, as a Black woman who is also a classically trained journalist who understands minority media depiction very well, this is extremely problematic as the actual research, statistics, and data paint a drastically different picture. According to the FBI, at least 4 Black women and girls were murdered per day in the United States in 2020 alone, and we're to assume that Black men are the ones who perpetrated these crimes. We've seen a stark increase in these numbers recently, and according to Black women advocacy organization Black Femicide America, a Black woman is killed in the U.S. once every 6 hours. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, Black women are much more likely to be sexually assaulted and 4 times more likely than white women to be murdered by a significant.
If we were killing them at this rate, wouldn't be none of these hoes left. But okay.
Other. More disturbingly, 92% of these killings were intraracial, which means the overwhelming majority of these murders were committed by a Black man against a Black woman, the user wrote. The petition has since garnered close to 4,000 signatures out of its goal of 5,000. That should tell you a lot. A lot of man-hating hyenas. Lawson Knowles and Discovery have not issued a response to the backlash. Okay. So these are divestment chicks that really shouldn't be worried about what is said about Black men and what's not. You left Black men, remember? You don't need them. You don't want them. You can't stand them. They ain't no good. You living a happy life with Zaddy. He love you, you know what I'm saying, to he and back. So what you worried about what some other Black woman say about a Black man? What you worried about it for? Anyway, she writes, Black women are being inwarded by Black men every 5.5 hours in the U.S., and Tina Knowles' responses to make a documentary about them being victims. Absolutely vile. It's vile. These males are not profiled. They're not profiled. They are collectively the most dangerous, violent, degenerate group of men who focus their hatred on Black women, which is lies. Tina Knowles does not speak for Black women. This Naker documentary, see how they sling more racial epithets to Black men than KKK members do. Documentary won't change anything. Just out there constant begging white men for centuries has changed nothing for their precious canes. See what I'm saying? Tina Knowles should be ashamed of herself. Black women are not safe from Black men. They're dying every 5. Begging white men for centuries has changed nothing for their precious canes. See what I'm saying? Tina Knowles should be ashamed of herself. Black women are not safe from Black men. They're dying every 5.5 hours, and sometimes the kids die. This really infuriates me. Doesn't it infuriate you when the hyenas kill our own kids? Is that infuriating? Anyway, Tina Knowles won't convince me to care about how Black men are treated in America. They're some of the biggest white supremacists of all time. They trash their women community and
Just read that there. Just read that there. Read that there. They the ones running the community and raise the whole community.
Tina Knowles won't convince me to care about how Black men
Talk to me about motherfucking Karen though.
are treated in America. They're some of the biggest.
Karen ain't give birth to me, man. Karen wasn't the one that told me I wasn't shit. I grew up in the hood. I ain't grew up around the motherfucking Karen.
White supremacists of all time, they trash their women community and create a dangerous environment for black people to live in. So I wanted to get that done because we're actually going to talk about this during a live stream. So this is more so like a teaser. And I need y'all to really tune into the live stream because I'm going to really break this down in the live stream. But to move ahead, the show is about debunking myths surrounding black men. Now, if she was debunking myths surrounded by black women or obfuscating the truth about black women, this would have all kinds of accolades. Black women. And listen, she did what she thought she should have done. Tina Lawson, I'm talking about, in terms of the representation of various different black men. She has Billy Porter as a prominent person who, you know what I'm saying, is speaking in the docuseries, who is obviously a part of the alphabet community. So she's being inclusive. This isn't even about just heterosexual black male image, but just the black male image, period, whether they're heterosexual or non, right? So she tried to be like inclusive, but misery loved company. These little divested heifers are miserable. I thought y'all was living y'all best life, sis. If it's Blackistan and these so-called makers are running Blackistan, and you done went on over here with your white zaddy, and you are living your best life, and you could not even think about what a Negro is back here doing, and because you just too fabulous for it, what you worried about what Tina Knowles Lawson got to say about a black woman, a black man? Isn't that her truth? Ain't we just talking about our truths when y'all dress up self-love under the guise of black male hatred? Because this is what this is. This is straight out, flat out black male misandry. Now, you are the same chicks that'll rally behind Black Lives Matter. And here's the thing about that. Black Lives Matter was founded on the death of black men. And I think y'all rally behind it because it was the dead black men. Because you want to see black men dead. Talking about black men aren't racially profiled, they not, is a denial of the history of this country's racism, slavery, and institutional inequality. It is a complete denial of the entire history of the United States. It is exactly like what the South did when they made up lost cause culture to cover up why there was a civil war and to get back on code with white supremacy. Because their argument was, you know, slaves were content and slave owners were, you know what I'm saying, they were benevolent. They were good. They was being good to the Negroes. Wasn't nobody doing nothing to the Negroes. See, the thing about it is, these divestment, these little hyena, black male hating hyenas, LexisNexis, and all the rest of them, they gotta keep.
Sorry about the interruption.
Hyena, black male hating hyenas, LexisNexis, and all the rest of them, they gotta keep the threat narrative going. See, they always gotta uphold. So you ain't seen this chart in a while. I know. They gotta uphold Zaddy's initial appearance value smear campaign that began with Birth of a Nation, the Klansman movement. They gotta keep this narrative up that black men are complete threats, and she has to support that entire narrative.
So, guess who y'all forgot to add to the conglomerate? Was it Psalms 82, Psalm 70? You know, the let us cut them off from being a nation. Guess who was a part of that? Yo, women. If these harlots could, they'd kill Shorty on screen right now. If the All Father wasn't protecting her, they'd kill it, man. I seen it on Big Levi channel. Black bitch rolled up and pulled out a strap. Blow! Blew like a straight hood nigga. I was like, this shit look like The Wire. What the fuck? I don't know how the microphone wasn't near me. Yep. That shit look like The Wire. There's a bunch of people outside on the block, wherever, outside of a club. She rolled up, put pistol to her head, blew her brain out. And this women. Had them tell it. They just saints. Look who's a part. Is it Psalms 82? I can't remember. Look who's a part of it. And y'all don't even want to talk about it. All Father been waiting for y'all to complain to him about this. But y'all not talking about it. But then you want to complain about the 2/3.
Because if she don't support that narrative, then all of her victimhood, both real and imagined, goes away. See, the thing about it is, she has to vilify black men to justify her hatred of them the same way white supremacists have to vilify black men to justify their hatred of them. Because you can't hate a group of people that ain't doing nothing to you. Now you look stupid. Now you just look like the hater that you are. But if you can paint the picture, if you can paint a picture that these group of people, this particular subgroup of people, are the most degenerate, the most reckless, the most ridiculous, the most vile, the most debaucherous, the most murderous group of people ever to walk the earth, then you are justified in hating such people. And anything that you do up to and including unjustified murder of these people with impunity will be, you know what I'm saying, it's justified. It's okay. For the same reason that it was okay to kill slaves during chattel slavery. It was okay. Nobody looked at that as anything wrong because why? The group, we were, our ancestors were, and we continue to be dehumanized in the eyes of those who had power to do it. So once you're not a human anymore, once you're not a complete human being anymore, then I have full justification and right to do anything to you, to defile you in any way. Now, Tina Knowles Lawson was all good. They gave her every credit for Beyonce as if Beyonce's father wasn't in her life actively and in the house raising her. They gave Tina all kinds. She was cool with them until she proved she didn't hate black men. She don't hate them. Because see, whatever kind of gynocrat Tina has been or is or whatever level she at, she married to a black man. First, Beyonce's father is black, and the man that she with now is black. Beyonce is with who? Jay-Z, he black. And now she comes up with a docu-series to talk about, hey, black men are not these monsters that this country has painted them out to be. Now she got to be called a mammy. Now it's got to be a petition against it. I am really going to get into it in the live stream. I really am. I really am. Y'all need to really tune in.
So I really ain't got nothing more to add on it. You know, it's been gnawing at me and done been told to me to talk about it, you know, instead of questioning why ain't nobody talking about it. There's clearly nobody else got the balls to talk about it. You sons of Jacob been oppressed. Everybody else making money off your death. I couldn't find the audio. I have to go through somebody else's channel that was highlighting it. I don't know any of the divestment channels really. I bumped into a few of them, but I always put not interested on it. But yeah, I heard the audio myself. To making fun of, yeah, he was crying for his mommy while the police had his on there. Black women just making fun of George Floyd. I mean, saying it's the most wild shit you ever hear in your life. But all you niggas act like this ain't going on. Black people act like it ain't going on. Israelites act like it ain't going on. Well, nah, there's some Israelites talking about it. Them GMS niggas ain't never bit their tongue on it. You know what I mean? And the only response they ever got was, they calling our sisters bitches. You go look up the definition of bitch and see where it apply. Ain't nobody calling you a female dogs. Dogs is loyal. And I ain't making this disclaimer because I give a fuck, because I don't. But if this don't apply to you, then shut the hell up. Because if you do feel like you need to come and defend someone, I'm not like that, then you are. Closing statement on this. I'm always being told that what you say, what you speak, you put a curse on yourself or you speak it into existence. So if you want to sit up here with the white man, with the Gentiles, and say we violent, we this, we that, by Odin's beard, may you get what you wished for. The destroyer coming. And for those very few women, those very few daughters of Zion, secondly, but especially for the sons of Jacob, that y'all grieved, it's going to be hell to pay when that sky crack. I ain't got no sympathy for you.